All right, joining me right now, our 11 Alive political analyst, Dr. Andra Gillespie, professor of political science at Emory, and Republican consultant Mike Hassinger. So the first question is for both of you. It's still way too early to draw any conclusions on a winner. Brendan Keefe is over there working the board, waiting for those results to come in. But what's your prediction on when we might know? Mike, we'll begin with you first.
I think we're going to start to see some results fairly early. I thought we had initial results back in November, I want to say by about 2 a.m. Eastern time. I think that with the smaller ballot, only two choices, we may see some results maybe by 11 p.m. this evening. But as I always say, don't hold your breath.
There you go, Andra.
I think that, it will be later today or sometime tomorrow morning. The absentee ballot count should go faster this time around. And I think it's really going to come down to is how narrow the margins are. If we're looking at the razor thin margin that the presidential election was, it's probably going to take longer for us to count with certainty. But even if it's a 1 or 2 point margin, that might start to appear more clear earlier in this process.
So we can all agree it's not going to take days, like a week, like it did with the presidential elections. So Andra, we base a lot of our analysis on past election nights, but the buzzword this year and in 2020 is unprecedented. Unprecedented year, unprecedented election. What can we apply from past elections that we need to forget as these results begin to come in tonight?
Well, one, in terms of turnout, this election's turnout looks more like a midterm election than it does a runoff election. Second, these are pretty extraordinary times with, unprecedented spending, which allowed the message to get out. And so lots of people had really strong opinions anyway, and they were certainly prodded and mobilized to turn out and vote. So we're also entering a new era where Georgia's going to be more competitive. So we should all be prepared to have to wait to find out election results. And we should expect those results to be close, whatever they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike, we touched on this last night, but I just want to get your opinion 24 hours later. Georgia's governor, Secretary of State, and the Loeffler-Warnock Senate seat is up for grabs or is up for re-election in 2022. What are your concerns as a Republican as we move forward? Do you see that there's going to be a split in the party? Some folks who are going to be loyal to President Trump and others who are going to be more loyal to the traditional Republican theme?
I foresee bruising primaries for the Republicans coming up. They're going to be hard fought and pitched battles, but they've always been kind of rough and tumble. Primaries are nominating processes in Georgia, and people tend to stake out ideological positions that are more to the extreme, and more to the extreme than they are in the general election. So it's going to be a rough sledding in the primary season in 2022, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, we really appreciate your perspective tonight. We look forward to speaking with you throughout the night.